For this video, I'd like to introduce a new module for Planet Dance. Planet Dance is Jean Crémer's astrological freeware, and you can download this from www.jcremers.com. The module I'd like to introduce is called Lifetime Solar Returns, and this module calculates 100 years of solar returns for the place of birth. We'll use Joe Biden's horoscope as the example horoscope, and you'll find the module under Time, Tools, Lifetime Solar Returns. This brings up the main window for this module, and it's embedded in the main Planet Dance window. You'll see that the menu appears, Lifetime Solar Returns, and you can access the various options through that menu. You also have an alternative menu option. You can click on there and bring up the same set of menu items. So the module is comprised of two main components. You have the natal chart, in this case Joe Biden's natal chart, and you have a listings window which gives you all the solar returns, date, time, moon placement, ascendant placement, midheaven placement, Mercury, Venus and Mars placements for 100 years post-birth. On the left of the screen you have the option to switch on and off the return positions for the planets, the node, Chiron, Lilith, Fortune, Ascendant, Midheaven. And this module is open showing the midheaven positions for Joe Biden. The natal MC is at 1954 of Virgo. If we switch that off, we can look at the Pluto placement here, and what we have is the position of Pluto at each solar return for 100 years positioned in the natal chart. This dimension is zodiacal longitude, and this dimension is time. So this is the birth year, and this is 100 years from Biden's birth. This pink circle here is the now circle, which marks the current date in Biden's lifetime. The positions can be read using the bar here. Gives you a rough guide to the solar returns. This is probably 63. Biden would have been 21. And if we switch this off, we can see the various other positions. The retrograde positions at the solar return are indicated by the position markers, in this case for Mars, highlighted by a turquoise ring. So that indicates that this is a retrograde Mars at the solar return. This occurred very early in Biden's life, probably around his second year. If we see there, this is about sort of 18 Gemini, and we can see that Mars is in 18 Gemini in his second year, and Gemini being opposite broadly Scorpio, Sagittarius. This indicates a retrograde phase of Mars at the solar return. We go back and put the MC positions back on. We can see that Biden had a MC return to the natal degree at the solar return around about 1975. So this is 33 years into Biden's life. You can see at the top of the screen the year and the position. This is approximate, obviously it's dependent on the precision of the mouse cursor, but this is 1975 solar return. We can have a look at that. We click on the line for the 75 solar return. We can see indeed the MC was in Virgo at 1954, and this is pretty close. It's exactly close to the MC in the natal chart. To calculate that solar return, you have two options. You can go to Menu, Calculate Return, or if you prefer, Lifetime Solar Returns, Calculate Return. Single click on that will bring up Joe Biden's solar return for 75, and you'll see that the MC is 1954 Virgo, so the angles are precisely returning to their natal degree in this solar return for Biden's birthplace. You can surmise from this that this is a critical year for Biden and likely to be really one that's extremely formative for him. To return to this window then, so we'll click that off, we'll have a look at Uranus and Neptune together. This is the Uranus position at the solar returns. Retrograde at birth, as indicated by the turquoise highlight. And then turn direct on or about his 9th house cusp in Porphyry, and around his probably his 16th year or something like that, 14th year. These markers are decades. So we have 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, etc. Biden being nearly 80, the now circle marks out, his current age, which is about 77 or so. You've got some graphical options. You can display thick lines for the cusps and the zodiac wheel. You can have big symbols, and using the menu you can also switch off the various positions here, the radix lines, the radix planets, and switch them back on again. As ever, there's a help menu in English and Dutch, so you can look at this if you've got any questions or not sure about anything to do with the module, although this is pretty self-explanatory. Thanks very much for listening.